Chapter 2 is about dividing whole numbers. Okay. So your learning goal for the end of today, by the time we're done with math, is for you to be able to explain to your neighbor, to your mom, to your sister, to your brother, what division is and the two ways division can be used. Okay? So in fact, part of your homework today for math is to be able to go home and tell your parents or your sister or brother what division is, what it means to do division, and the two different ways that division can be used. What are the two? How many ways are there that division can be used? Two, okay? So, today for our problem of the day, it said, how can you use a picture to model the problem 426 divided by 3? So hopefully in your notebook you have a picture, or you've started to draw a picture that shows 426 divided by 3. We're going to come back and talk about this in a little bit. So division, right, like we said, division is equally distributing. You want to give each person the same number of cupcakes, or give each person the same number of cars. Equally distributing a total number of things into smaller parts. Okay? And there's two ways that we can think about division in real life. We can use division to share things, to share a total number of things amongst people or groups, or grouping. And we're going to talk about how to group a larger number into a certain number of groups. Okay? So here's the real life word problem. It says, 3 friends went trick-or-treating and got 426 pieces of candy. If they want to share the candy equally, how many pieces of candy will each friend get? So to solve this problem, we would do 426 divided by 3, because you have 426 total pieces of candy, and you want to share it amongst how many people? 3 people, and you want to make sure each friend gets an equal portion, right? Okay. Now my question to you is this. Is this a sharing division problem or a grouping division problem? Are we talking about sharing things equally amongst groups, or are we talking about how many groups of something can we make? Zara? How do you know that it's a sharing problem?
Because there's 3 friends and they want to share the candy equally.
It says in the problem right there, they want to share the 426 pieces of candy equally. So we would solve this problem, you're right, this is a sharing division problem, okay? So we would solve this problem by doing 426 divided by 3. How can I use a quick sketch to draw a picture that represents 426? Could I draw 426 circles?
No.
I mean, I could, but would that be a quick picture?
No.
How can I draw a quick picture to model the number 426? Shreya?
Well, I drew 400s, like the model for hundreds.
Does that represent 100?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 400s, 4 of those.
Then I drew 2 of those bars
The rods.
The rods that represent the tens.
Okay.
And I drew 2 of those because they're 20.
Okay.
It's 20. So, and then I drew 6 little cubes that represent the 6.
Very nice. How many hundreds can I put in each one if I want to share it equally? Is there 100 that fits into here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're done with this one, so I'll put an X through it. Can I put this 100 here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm done with that one. Can I move this 100 here?
Yes.
Are there enough hundreds to give each person one more 100?
No.
So what can I do? Does that mean I just ignore that 100? What should I do with this, my last 100? What should I do? There's a magic word that I'm thinking about. What could I do with it, Adriana?
Break it down.
Break it down, and that's 3 words. What magic word am I thinking about? If I want to break it apart, what am I doing? Rashika? I'm not distributing. What am I doing? Ariel? I'm maybe decomposing, but there's even another word that I'm thinking about. I want to break it apart and put it into a different group. What am I doing? Harshita? I'm not dividing. I want to break it apart and put them, I don't want to group them as 100s anymore. I want to group them as 10s. What am I doing, Sarah? I'm not splitting. I want to put it into a different group, and that's called, Liam?
Grouping.
If I want to put it into a different group, Tanvi? Regrouping. Yes. Regroup this 100. Now, what could I regroup it as? If I don't want it to be 100, what could I have? Clarissa?
It's 10,
10, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I regroup that 100s flat into 10 10 rods? Very good. Now let's see if we can distribute. I want to keep on sharing these, right, amongst the 3 people. So how many 10s rods do I have now? How many 10s rods do I have now? Stuart?
12.
I have 12 10s rods. Could I share those 12 10 rods equally amongst these 3 people? How many could each person get? Could there be in each circle? Zara? 4. So I could put 1, 2, 3, 4 into this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could put 1, 2, 3, 4 into this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could put 1, 2, 3, 4 into the third circle, right? I shared those 10 rods equally amongst the 3 circles, and so did you in your math notebook as you were following along. Very good. Are we done? Do we have some more things that we need to share equally?
Yes.
We have these 6 ones, right? How can I distribute or share those equally, divide them equally amongst the 3 people? Soham?
6 divided by 3.
Well, I can put 1 here. I can put 1 here. I could put 1 here. I could go back to the beginning, right? 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Did I equally share all the candy amongst the 3 people, the 3 circles?
Yes.
How much candy can each person get? Looking at the picture now. How much candy can each person get? Karan? 2 pieces of candy? How many total pieces of candy can each person get? Matthew?
142.
I know it's 142 because I have 1 100s flat, 4 10s rods, and 2 units. So each person can get 142 pieces of candy. It says, Miss Kyler, I don't know if you guys have noticed. Have you noticed she's been planting things outside?
Yes.
All right, she's very into gardening, that Miss Kyler. So Miss Kyler, she wants to plant flowers in rows of 5. So she wants to put 5 flowers in each row. No more, no less. Exactly 5 flowers in each row. She has 75 flowers to plant in all. Okay, if she has to plant 75 flowers in all, how many rows will she need to plant? How could we solve this problem? She has 75 flowers she wants to plant, and she knows that in each row she wants to plant 5 flowers. What division problem would we use to solve this problem? Daniel?
You have to do 75 divided by 5.
75 divided by 5. I agree with you that this is a division problem. Now, let's take a look. Is this a sharing problem or a grouping problem? Tell your neighbor why you know that this is a grouping problem. Can we do 75 divided by 5 in our head really easily? I mean, some of us can, but if we couldn't, are there math facts that we could use to help us divide it easily? Can we break up 75 into 40 plus 35? Now, using the distributive property, is this the same thing as 40 divided by 5 plus 35 divided by 5?
Yes.
Okay, does that simplify the problem for us? What's 40 divided by 5? 8. And what's 35 divided by 5? 7. Very good. So then we know then the answer is 8 plus 7, which is 15 rows, right? So let's take a look at this. Let's see if we can draw it into a picture. If we know that Miss Kyler is going to plant how many flowers in each row?
5.
Okay, so there's a row of 5 flowers, right? If she plants 8 rows of those 5, how many flowers will be in this portion? How many flowers will she be able to plant in this portion? She has 1 row of 5, 2 rows of 5, 3 rows of 5, all the way up until she gets 8 rows of 5. How many flowers are in this section? Zara? 40, because I know that she has 8 rows of 5 flowers, which is 40 flowers total. How many plants does she want to plant altogether? 75. So can she stop after she has 8 rows?
No.
How many more rows does she need to plant?
7.
How many more rows does she need to plant? How many more flowers are there? 35 more flowers. If she needs to plant 35 flowers over here, and again, each row has 5 flowers, how many more rows does she need to plant, Yanming? 7 more. Okay, so does this picture also help you show 75 divided by 5?
Yeah.
Very good. So again, another way to show division is by making an area. This is called an area model. Okay.